Hey guys, um, it's a new phone, so it's kind of dark, but I have a light on in here, so I don't know. Facebook isn't letting me post a Facebook Live until December 5th, but I wanted to get this video out there. I have a question for you guys. This could be ministry-wise, or if you're not even into ministry, if you're not into Christianity or whatever it is. This is for everybody. What is your viewpoint on marriage? A more detailed question would be, what do you see marriage as? Do you see it as a certificate from the state, a marriage license? Do you see it as just you and your significant other living together, your spouse living together? Do you see it as sharing bills? Do you see it as having children? Do you see it as just loving each other and being filled with joy around each other? Do you see it as, I don't know, liking the same hobbies? Do you see it as just being happy with that person? What do you see marriage as? What do you see it as scripturally? Spiritually? What do you think of it? What do you think of it as? What is marriage? What classifies as marriage? I know these are a lot of questions, maybe specific questions, but I want to know your guys' thoughts on it. I want to know, leave comments. You can message me, private message me if you want. Here's my thought, my belief, what I believe I heard from God on this. I'm not going to say, I searched the scriptures up and down and whatever, because I didn't. But I do have an idea of what certain scriptures say about marriage and what they don't say. Marriage, a godly marriage, is a marriage where you're both submitting to each other in the fear of the Lord. There is a mutual submission. There's a mutual submission. Come on, gotta get my dog up here. I don't believe at all that there has to be a ceremony. I don't believe that there has to be all these witnesses. I don't believe that there has to be a big party for it. I don't believe that everybody has to know. Because the one person that should know what's going on in you and your relationship's life is God. He should be the focal point. That being said, scripture-wise, because I know there's people out there, well, what does the Bible say, brother? What does the Bible say? The Bible doesn't say anything about it, besides what Paul says. The only thing, really, that even Jesus brings up is divorce, adultery, and the marriage that he was in Cana. He was there to perform a miracle. He was there to make the wine. And I'll bring up Jesus. What he led me to read is in Matthew 5, Beatitudes. There is a specific verses on there where it talks about adultery. And I've been accused of being in adultery because of me and my lady's relationship. Adultery is this: And this is Jesus' words, simply put. He always puts things simply. Adultery is when you divorce your woman or your husband and they go to someone else. It's a double-edged sword because they go to someone else, making the person that they go with to commit adultery. Vice versa. When you break up with your lady or your spouse, whoever it is, and you go with someone else, you're making the person that you're with commit adultery. And in that sense, committing adultery. Now, I'll open up to you guys. I was married, the state certificate, ceremony, everything. I was married for 3 years. I got divorced. Now I'm with Maria. We're married in God's eyes. I know a lot of Christians won't like that already, me saying that, because we're not married state-wise. We're not in the state files. We're not part of the courthouse. We've talked about it. We were engaged. But in prayer, I prayed about it and I heard, yes, we're married in God's eyes. Now, to those that say, like, oh, we need a certificate, we need a ceremony, we need this, we need that, I need scripture for that. I need to know where it says in scripture that there has to be a ceremony, that there has to be a certificate. Even Jesus says that divorce was never supposed to be. A certificate of divorce was only because their hearts were hardened. There was never supposed to be a divorce. So I repented of that. I repented of the divorce. I'm on this track now with Maria. And I'll bring up some people. There is Adam and Eve. They never had a certificate of marriage. They never had a ceremony. It was never a party. They were created in God's image. God set them up. He said, look, this is your helpmate. They were married in God's eyes. They had sex, had kids. They were in union for a little bit till the fall. Abraham and Sarah. Now, of course, like I said, if you guys have scriptures that talk about ceremonies and stuff, please send them my way. I have no problem reading that. I have no problem studying it out, taking it to prayer. Send it my way. I am open to reading that. But Abraham and Sarah, were they married? Sure. Does scripture say that they had a ceremony? That they were married by the land? That they had a certificate that said, hey, that we're married? No. And even then, Sarah allowed Abraham to have sex with Hagar in order to get Ishmael. And it all worked out for good. It was all worked out for the sake of, later on, Paul does the whole law and grace, talked about Ishmael and Isaac, Sarah and Hagar. I believe, scripturally, a marriage, simply put, there's a bond between man and woman, focal point being the father, and that they submit to each other. Your body is not your own. Likewise, husbands, your body is not your own. You're submitting to each other in the fear of the Lord. That doesn't mean you're breaking your back for each other, trying to make each other happy. That's not what that means. It means taking what your spouse says to the Lord and, hey, should I do this? If it's simple, of course you can do it. Don't be petty with it. But there are things where your spouse might say something where you're like, that doesn't sound right. Take that to the Lord. If it doesn't sound right, take it to the Lord. If He lets you do it, great. It's godly. Do it. You're submitting to them in... You're getting this? Or are you getting this, guys? You're submitting to your spouse in the fear of the Lord. So you're in the fear of the Lord, submitting to them in the fear of the Lord. Taking what they're saying back to the Lord. Lord, is this of you? Let me know. Yes, it is. Okay, I'll go do it. This is good stuff, guys. Yeah, so let me know what your guys' viewpoint on this. If you're for it, if you're against it, if you're for what I'm saying, if you're against what I'm saying, doesn't matter to me. I'm here to edify, I'm here to build up, I'm here to push through with you guys. I'm here to expand consciousness, expand Christ in you, the hope of glory, breaking you out of your boxes. Question your own belief systems. If you want the truth, you question your own belief systems. Why do you believe what you believe? Why is this tradition of marriage so stuck and ingrained in our minds that we have to do it a specific way, a certain way, that if we take it to Scripture, that way isn't even in there? We're married to Christ. And in Him is a feast. And in Him is the party. Again, He was just at Cana to make wine. God bless you guys. I want to hear your thoughts. Comment. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's my ministry channel. Message me if you want to talk about it. I'm open to that. No judgments coming from me. However you're living your life, I'm here to uplift. I'm here to build. God bless you guys. Thank you for watching.